Children, happy Monday, and we're going to start our new literacy topic. So we've got a little 2-week project on poetry, and you might have mixed feelings. Some people like poems, some people don't. I love them. We always have a bit of fun in the class when I read some of the silly ones to you, and so hopefully you'll enjoy this little unit. It links with our sound unit because we're going to be looking at sound poems, or poems that give lots of description of sounds. So let's just start at the beginning. So what we're going to be doing is recognising different forms of poems and poetry. We're going to be really thinking about reading them aloud and performing them, and thinking about how we use intonation in our voice, and tone and volume and action, and how we express and show what we're reading in the way that we say it. So we're going to be really thinking about speaking audibly and fluently, which means I can hear clearly. That's what audibly means. And fluently means we're not going to be stumbling. So we're going to really practice and rehearse. And at the same time, we'll be discussing in words and phrases that are interesting, and we'll be talking about onomatopoeias, which are always a bit of fun when you start learning about those. Some of you might already know about those, and you all will by the end of our learning on poetry. So poems are an expression, always an expression of emotions, I think. So whether it's a happy emotion or a sad emotion, whether you're feeling, look, hundreds of different types of emotions we have. Poems and writing poems are often a way of expressing that feeling. So quite often people find it quite a therapeutic thing. It's a really good thing to help you perhaps work through some emotions or share some emotions that you might be having. And lots of people use it as a kind of way of helping them out, whether it's to have fun with it and turn something quite tricky into something quite funny. There's quite a few going round at the moment with our whole lockdown experience. So there's lots of different reasons for them. There's some really lovely poems at the moment on TV as adverts that really help. There's a guy, I think he does it for one of the banks, I think it's the Nationwide ones, and he uses the poetry and the rhyming and the rhythm of the words to sort of express the past of what's happened. So they're everywhere around us, and I suppose in a way music is poems being put to music. So you're very familiar with the whole idea, and so hopefully we can really enjoy it, because we're going to be focusing on the funny. So hopefully we can really enjoy it, and it will lift our moods and make us feel a lot happier as we head towards hopefully a time when we can come back to school. So we're going to look at the funny poems. So to do that, we're going to start with this man here. So this is Michael Rosen. He is a children's author and a poet, and he is a very funny and makes up hilarious poems. He's a really good advocate for teachers and for children and for the way you're educated. And he was the Children's Laureate for a while, which means that he was there to help you understand how exciting reading and poems and the literacy world can be. So he really, 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 really stands up for children and for education. And there's a YouTube clip that I'm going to put into the second link for you. So you'll see there's 2 activities for the day, and the second one is the activity sheet. So you're going to go onto the YouTube, you're going to watch the YouTube clip, and then you're going to find a poem of your own. So lots of you hopefully have got poem books at home, or you might have a different you might use the internet to find poems. You might have books as well, but also if you can't find any of those things, I have put some poems in your pack. So the funnier ones are the ghost ones, and the what's the other one I've forgotten, the spaghetti one that we quite often read together. So if you can't find a poem of your own, have a go at that. So you're going to watch the YouTube clip, find yourself a poem, and try and learn it by heart. So if it's a really short one, it's really easy. If it's a longer one, just learn a verse or 2 by heart. It's really good to be able to learn a poem. and sort of really remember it. And you might share it with your family and then have a chat with them. And I bet they can all remember a poem that they learned when they were young. And I think it's a really good thing to do. And so I really want you to have a bit of fun with it as well. So it's really just a first day to open our minds up to the idea of poems, looking at funny poems. You might be thinking in the back of your head, does that poem rhyme? Doesn't it rhyme? How does it work? Poems don't always have to rhyme. What makes it funny? So just have that sort of thought in your background. You're starting to experience it, and hopefully you will enjoy that. And if any of you want to video yourself doing the poem and send it in to me, that's absolutely fine. If not, it's just something that you're going to do on your own. Okay, have a good day. And tomorrow we'll start thinking about how we might say our poem and learn about how we use expression. So have a good day. Well done.